first ever World Team Tennis title. It only needs to wait one more year for its second.
And with that, the banner has been raised at center court at Creekside. The Springfield Lasers looking to three-peat as World Team Tennis champs. "66 matches will take place over the next 22 days, and it's all right here at America's resort, the Greenbrier, in beautiful white Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. We have 3 matches today, kicking off the 45th season, starting with 2-time defending champs Springfield Lasers taking on the Orlando Storm. Welcome in, everyone, to day 1 of the 45th season of World Team Tennis. I'm Olivia Decker. 9 teams will be competing for the King Trophy and $1 million of prize money. We're all excited to get back to sports, and the first match is coming up, beginning with men's singles. Let's get you up to the guys calling the action, Mark Lucero and Leif Shiras. Leif?
All right, thanks, Olivia. Yes, welcome everyone to the beautiful Greenbrier in West Virginia. The road to the King Trophy starts here now at this beautiful setting. 63 preseason, I should say season matches, 3 postseason matches, all leading to see who will carry home the King Trophy in 2020. Mark Lucero, longtime ATP and WTA coach. Mark, I mean, normally in a season like this, these teams would be traversing the country, crisscrossing home and away matches. Instead, in our new normal, we've got all the matches played here at the Greenbrier. I mean, what's been your early takeaway from how this season sets up?
Leif, there's so much energy here, so much excitement. The players are thrilled to be here at the Greenbrier playing, and World Team Tennis kicking off on time.
It certainly is an exciting time. And Mark, you're a longtime coach of Steve Johnson, and the players seem to be so fit, so ready to go. I mean, what's been your sort of impression of the players arriving and getting ready for competition?
When World Team Tennis announced the season was on, it gave the players something to shoot for, something to aim their training towards. We're seeing players really fit, really sharp. We're going to see some great tennis here today, Leif.
Yeah, great lineup of players across the board, all 9 teams, maybe the strongest lineup of teams World Team Tennis has ever had. So we've got some excitement for you, some great matches today with Orlando and Springfield going at it. Orlando features some nice Americans, Danielle Collins and Katie McNally. And first up will be the men's singles featuring Tennis Sandgren. So an exciting moment with that. Springfield Lasers, the 2-time champions, going up against the Orlando Storm. We've got it for you.
Please keep your masks on. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Let's be safe and enjoy today's match.
Car insurance? That's on top of what Geico could already save you. Visit geico.com to learn more. By the Greenbrier Valley in West Virginia, home to scenic trails and quiet rivers, friendly mountain towns, and America's resort, the Greenbrier. And by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and use promo World Team Tennis is brought to you by Geico. Did you know that Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car insurance? That's on top of what Geico could already save you. Visit geico.com to learn more. By the Greenbrier Valley in West Virginia, home to scenic trails and quiet rivers, friendly mountain towns, and America's resort, the Greenbrier. And by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and use promo code WTT to play free for thousands of dollars in prizes this season.
So the 45th season of World Team Tennis set in the Allegheny Mountains here at the Greenbrier. So glad to have you with us as the Orlando Storm takes on the Springfield Lasers. Remember, the Lasers are the home team. So the coach and the captain, John DeYager, set the order of play. And this is what the Wilson lineup looks like. Men's singles will kick it off. I mentioned Tennis Sandgren with the Orlando Storm taking on Mitchell Kruger. And then it's women's singles with Danielle Collins taking on Olga Gavortseva. So some real strong singles play for the Storm. But remember, 3 sets of doubles, Mark.
The strength of the Springfield Lasers lies in the doubles. Coach DeYager has backloaded the doubles in today's lineup. That's where he's going to try to get the games.
See Katie McNally and Robert Lindstedt. Remember, Lindstedt, an MVP championship match last year. So here's a look at Mitchell Kruger. Tall, athletic. He's out of Dallas, Texas. Played his pro tennis, a lot of it in Orlando, out of the USTA National Campus there. And he's serving first. And Mark, just to set the sort of the scene right here, I mean, we're playing at 1,800 feet of altitude. How will that play into this hard court in these conditions today?
This morning, and speaking with a bunch of different coaches and players, they've all said they've gone up in tension. The air's thin here. It actually played a little bit like Indian Wells. The ball's going to fly through the air quickly, but the court's a little bit gritty.
Footballs.
So an example of the Hawkeye system, but because he didn't make contact, he can still tee that up and play a first serve.
Hawkeye's calling all the lines here, in, out, and foot faults.
Ooh, it's a pretty good volley, but a better pass from Sandgren, who really has played brilliantly out of the blocks in 2020. Obviously, all the players having to deal with the pandemic time away, but it looks like he's picked up right where he left off down in Melbourne.
Gee, Tennis Sandgren's known for a two-handed backhand, but that was a beautiful one-hander up the line. Tennis Sandgren coming off a quarterfinal at Wimbledon, at the Australian Open this year.
26 years of age. You mentioned that he resides in the Big D. Second season, so he's had a little bit of experience in team tennis. He's been playing pro for a fair amount of time. And he's got a good serve. And you talked a little bit about his improvement over the years, how his game has grown.
Mitchell Kruger is one of the hardest workers on tour. He fell a little behind the guys his age, but he's caught up in the last couple of years. Very strong backhand, really worked hard to improve the forehand and turn that serve, as we just saw, into a weapon.
That's working for him again. Consecutive aces. And that's a nice way to get your business done. I always feel in team tennis it's nice to have a big serve, get those free points, and deal with, the pressure of having to play no-ad scoring. Yeah, good start for Kruger and the Lasers. So remember, they play 4 games before they change ends. So here is a reminder of the World Team Tennis format and how it unfolds. 2 men, 2 women, 1 coach, singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. So 5 events, each of the sets to 5 games. And you've got a 9-point tiebreaker for all. And remember, with the no-ad scoring, each game, each set, event, and the whole match itself could turn on a single point.
It's just one of the special things about World Team Tennis. You're never out of a match, and the only sport in the world where the men and women compete together on the same team.
That's right, equal footing. Something that Billie Jean King espoused in creating this. Really a wonderful format. And a good start for Tennis Sandgren. Ace out wide. Good pressure from Sandgren. We spoke in the Open about the players looking fit, looking healthy. He looks super fit. I mean, it looks like he's, very fighting trim. Maybe even dropped a bit of weight from last season. Out of Gallatin, Tennessee. Played college tennis at University of Tennessee.
Tennis Sandgren's known for putting in the time in the weight room. He's really established his fitness as a weapon.
It seems like that's de rigueur these days. Everyone is making themselves into the absolute best athlete they can be. It's going to be reflected in the bank account later, you hope, right? And maybe, just maybe, a King Trophy as we're kicking off the 2020 season, the 45th season of World Team Tennis. Glad you could be with us. Tom Leaf alongside Mark Lucero. Opening match as we open the season.
Some big serving from Tennis Sandgren. That serve, along with an improved aggressive nature, looking for short balls, has helped him in the last couple of years as he made his transition from the Challenger Tour to being a full-time tour player at the ATP level.
Yeah, he said that, I'm a little too comfortable moving side to side behind the baseline, that he's really had to force himself to be more aggressive and attack second serves and come in. But I think that's been one reason why he's, getting to the quarterfinals again at majors and having match points on Roger Federer. Good strike down the line.
Great forehand from Mitchell Kruger. Early in this match, you're going to see Sandgren probe that forehand, see if it's going to hold up. Mitchell Kruger made 2 semis to start 2020, the Indian Wells Challenger and the Newport Beach Challenger, both very big tournaments at the Challenger level. And that's one of the reasons why that missed there, but still he was looking to be aggressive on the forehand and really show guys that they can't just play balls there.
Do you feel there's an advantage to being more aggressive in this kind of format, or is it better to be stable and consistent? What do you think?
I think it depends who you're playing. I think the best players in World Team Tennis are usually ones that come out of the gates hot, big serving, big hitting. But if you can catch that person on the wrong day by making a bunch of balls, you can get yourself an early lead and really set your team up for the next couple sets.
Yeah, didn't miss by much, but it was a little wide. Hawkeye making the close call.
We should add, Leaf, there's no ball boys here. The teammates are helping shack the balls.
Good serve, and another game for the Lasers. Amazing to think that the Lasers defended their title last year. And coming into 2018, when they won their first well. They've been in 5 finals. They had never won a King Trophy, but had been so close. They lost to the Sacramento Capitals, who were one of the dynasty teams. They lost to the Washington Castles, another dynasty team who'd won 6 King Trophies.
There's so much parity in the league, but for a team to be that consistent with their results is really commendable.
Yeah, they really powered through. A lot of it having to do with John Yager, who's not on the bench currently. Paul Nahan, the GM, is doing the responsibilities courtside. And we have some strict standards and guidelines for players and coaches. All the players and coaches need to be tested before the start of play. I think DeAger is still waiting for his test result. So until he gets the negative result he wants, it's going to be courtside.
The league's been really aggressive about having standards to make the players feel safe here, and it's great that they show, regardless of who you are, if you don't have your test, you're not going to be out in the court of play.
Yeah, there's Paul Nahan, who's then doing the coaching duties. DeAger awaits the results of his test. Many players had and coaches had tests before they left their homes, but they also had to take one when they arrived here in Greenbrier. Good time to dial up another ace. He likes that one out wide, that's for certain.
So much action on that slider wide. In this era, at 1,800 feet, that ball's moving off the serve.
I think if you're a shot maker and you're confident, you're going to like these conditions. Waited for Kruger to make his move and hit to the open spot. I mean, Sangren, a player who in Melbourne, he beat Matteo Berrettini, top 10 Italian, beat Fabio Fanini. He was picking on the Italians on his way to the quarterfinals there.
Well, he's really established himself as a player who shows up at the majors. In the biggest moments, he plays his best tennis. Partially has to do with the longer format, best of 5 sets. Someone as fit as Sangren, really going to take advantage of those conditions.
Yeah, Letzer in play, and Kruger quickly to pick that one off.
A great first step from Mitchell Kruger. Sometimes it can be a challenge in this format, reacting to that first net cord you see.
I mean, so many of the innovations of World Team Tennis have made it into the ranks of the pros. Hawkeye, coaching is now seemingly a part of it, but you just wonder whether the net cord is going to make its way out of the tour. That's another ace right on the line. Kruger doesn't feel it. He's not completely convinced. Sandgren is, however, as he gets a second game for the Storm. All right, we're underway. Opening day here at the Greenbrier. The Lasers and the Storm kicking off the 2020 World Team Tennis season.
To continue our first set. As a reminder, we set the first team to 5-8. World Team 9.5 regular season point. We get the first team in that tiebreak. If we get to that point, to win 5.
Welcome back to Center Court Creekside here at the Greenbrier. We spoke about the safety, health conditions, and how COVID-19 has influenced the care and welfare of everyone. And these are some of the guidelines. All the staff, the players, the vendors, they've had testing done prior to arrival. And of course, temperature checks upon arrival at the facility. And obviously, we're going to be doing additional testing as we get into this 3-week season. Of course, positive test, players and coaches will be removed from competition. And fans and the players were all, practicing social distancing, the media as well. And you can see some of the precautions we're taking to make sure that this is a successful and healthy season. I think we're going down the right road.
I think World Team Tennis really has an opportunity to set the standard, and they've done an unbelievable job so far, and we hope it stays that way.
All early indications are that we're going down the right path. And obviously this setting, the Allegheny Mountains, is certainly a beautiful backdrop and a nice sort of environment to let it unfold. All right, let's take a look at the Universal Tennis ratings for these guys. You can see Sandgren, by virtue of the success he's had recently, obviously ahead of Kruger. The ranking significant, and on hard court, a fairly significant difference for the big American who likes to move well in the back of the court.
Yeah, UTR uses an algorithm to come up with a number that corresponds to the level of the player. It uses results from around the world. Most of the exhibitions that took place during this off time were calculated into that pandemic. It seems into that algorithm.
Yeah, here's what it takes into consideration: the results from the 30 most recent matches. Obviously, the margin of victory or loss and defeating higher-ranked players if you don't lose to lower-ranked players. All these, as you said, are computed in the algorithm. It ranks pros, college, juniors, recreational players. It's so valuable to match yourself up with players you want to play with. Get yourself involved in the game in the right way.
So good defending. He was on the baseline. He was behind that Greenbrier sign on the court. Just hitting big shots side to side. He's so good at sliding on the hard court and making you play one more ball. Makes the point so physical.
Yeah, when he made his first run in Melbourne a couple of years ago, he beat Stan Wawrinka, and I'm watching him sometimes. I think he reminds me a little bit of Wawrinka, bullish, physically powerful. Yeah, all that's missing is the one-handed backhand.
Great forehand from Mitchell Kruger getting inside the court.
Yeah, Kruger's played well so far in this one, taking care of his serve.
Tennis Sandgren going sideline to sideline here. But that's where he can get into trouble if he keeps giving up court like that. And Mitchell Kruger getting inside the baseline and being aggressive with that forehand.
Yeah, and that is one of the big improvements in his game. Aggressiveness on return, particularly the seconds with the two-hander.
Yeah, players used to feel like they could spin the ball in, and Tennis Sandgren would give them time to play, but stepping up, being aggressive with that backhand, taking it early.
I remember no ad scoring, and that backhand brings up our first deciding point. This is when it gets clutch for both teams. Who's going to deliver? Remember, all these games count to the final score at the end of the match. Kruger doing some good work there. Good body serve to get him started in the rally.
Nice serve from Mitchell Kruger. He moved his location, like you said, Lee. Didn't put it right in the slot again for Sandgren. Put it right in the body. Overhead into the stands. It's a souvenir for somebody.
That's a good feeling when you get a deciding point. You've got the short smash. nice to clean that up when you're feeling the pressure. Obviously, abbreviated sets, you have to take care of your serve. And these guys have done that so far in this opening match.
Mitchell Kruger's really comfortable looking for that backhand, especially on second serves. It's a good miss from him.
Oh, that's a sweet pass.
Sangren missed his spot in that approach. Big forehand off the court. And this is where Tennis Sangren's improved, getting up to the baseline, but just missed his target in the approach. And Mitchell Kruger's so good when he has to target at the net, the backhand.
Yeah, the approach was fairly central, wasn't it? There wasn't quite enough angle. Pretty deep, though. Pass was just better. Seems like whenever Sangren needs a point, he dials up the ace.
Sangren put that last backhand right on the baseline.
Oh, the net cord carried it wide. Sangren, fortunate there to get the third game on the board.
Geez, pretty impressive get there from Sangren, covering some court. Watch Sangren slide up to this ball. Really good drop volley with Sangren with the long slide, digs out one more ball. And Mitchell Kruger a little unlucky with the net cord right there.
Should he have played a topspin forehand there? It looked like he guided that.
Yeah, he had his grip changed a little too early, was stuck with the continental and just tried to shovel it.
So catches the net tape. So Sangren catches a break. And it's 3 games all. Opening point of your service game, always so critical.
Tennis Sangren gave him a lot of room to work with there, backed up behind the Greenbrier logo and played that heavy forehand.
Good work with the feet there. Maybe not the backhand as much as he would have liked. charity late in this opening set. Trouble for Kruger then. A couple of unforced errors, and Sandgren chance to get the 4-3 with a break.
We talked about the conditions, leave the ball can fly a little bit. A couple forehands from Mitchell Kruger, not missing by much, but Tennis Sandgren playing a really smart game, playing a couple of heavy returns on the second serve.
You can see the Lasers courtside trying to give their man some support, see if he can make up this deficit. He went with a one-hander again. And this time the net cord works against him.
Really solid point from Mitchell Kruger. Great job defending his first break point. It's one of the areas of this game where Mitchell Kruger's improved. Really taking court, getting to the court, got nice qualities around the net.
That was a nice replay because you could see how still his upper body was. His legs were churning and working away, but beautifully stable up top.
Special. Yeah, useful shot right there. But really a beautiful backhand up the line. That redirect from Mitchell Kruger really changed the tone of that point.
Ladies and gentlemen, this deciding point, receiver's choice. Winner of this point will take this game. Make some noise for both Orlando and Springfield.
So still a break point for Orlando. Second deciding point of this set. So it's been a tight set. Yet to have the breakthrough. Brilliant jump backhand. There's the break for Sandgren and the Storm. We'll have more World Team Tennis tonight, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. The Orange County Breakers take on the San Diego Aviators. So, well, Southern California affair here in West Virginia. Hope you can be a part of that. 8 p.m. Eastern. Sandgren and the Storm with the break. Chance for him to serve for the set. When things go wrong on your serve, oftentimes there's a double fault in there, right? Some sort of unforced error that can throw you out of your rhythm. Kruger double faulted in the game he lost on serve.
Wow, good hitting from Tennis Sandgren. 2 forehands in a row. The first one, he stepped up in the court, took away some time. Kruger left the forehand short, and Sandgren, big rip off the court. Watch him step up, look how close he gets to the baseline right here. He's going to take some more court here, creating angle. Mitchell Kruger too far back to run that ball down. Give up space from the baseline leaf. You're really susceptible to balls off the court, balls through the sideline.
crushing that forehand.
Just really taking advantage of that court positioning battle, stepping up on the baseline and taking the ball to the top of the bounce. Sangren step up in the court right on top of that baseline. Big forehand.
It's getting a little more interesting now at 30-all. Double fault again. What's the reset if you're doubling? What can you think about if you're trying to get that serve in?
Deep breath, take your time. Same as a club player. Deep breath, take your time, make sure your rhythm is nice and slow. A lot of players have a tendency to rush.
Good attacking tennis.
I like that play from Greenbrier, stepping up, ripping that backhand through the middle, deep.
Sandgren is working the baseline, so is the music working the baseline here today. Break points.
Got 2 break points right here.
Lasers trying to get back on serve. Now the net cord, so that'll force a deciding point.
Gosh, as a coach, you watch that and you think that's a string tension error. You go up another pound or 2, that ball's inside the baseline.
Ladies and gentlemen, coaching
Just to remind you of the altitude, 1,800 feet of altitude, so the ball does move. Here's a Geico timeout. Chance for coaches to have a word with their players.
A lot of times you'll see teammates come over too, as we get a good shot here of Jean-Julien Roger.
Yeah, all the team gets involved in these timeouts. CJ Gooding down the other side of the court. So with tennis, James Ward also coming over to perhaps offer some support too. So huge moment. Set points.
These can be really strategic when you use your timeouts.
Let's hear it for both players.
I had one player tell me, he said, I coached one match for the Aviators. He said, Mark, first break point I get, I want you to call a timeout. I want to ice the other server.
And that's a tactic. You can ice your opponents. All right, here we go. Ooh, that did not miss by much. Called wide by Hawkeye. So, the Orlando Storm, led by Tennis Sandgren, off to an early lead, taking the opening set.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, the Orlando Storm are visitors today.
All right, 5-3. Sandgren gives the Florida side a nice start here in the Greenbrier. So here is what we'll have next, some women's singles. That'll be the second event of the day here at White Sulphur Springs. Beautiful day for tennis. This amazing center court at Creekside. So Danielle Collins and Olga Gavortseva don't go anymore. Plenty more tennis to come.
Women's singles. Orlando is going to send out Danielle Collins and Springfield, while Olga Gavortseva and gentlemen, a substitution announced. Playing for Danielle Collins, please welcome Jessica Pagula for Orlando. Let's welcome the players for this second set of the match. First for Orlando, ranked 80th on the WTA Tour. Won her first title last year in Washington. She played her college tennis at Pitt. Also was a finalist in Auckland this year at Quebec City in 2018. Last year was her first top 100 career finish. Warming up to the chair's right, Jessica Pagula. And warming up for Springfield. From Belarus, her career high ranking was 35th on the WTA Tour, a four-time singles finalist and a winner of 8 WTA doubles titles. Part of the Belarusian Fed Cup team and Olympic teams. From Belarus, Olga Govortsova.
So welcome back, everyone. The Orlando Storm taking the opening men's singles set 5-3. Tennis Sangren playing a nice set of tennis. I believe Sharis alongside Mark Lucero as we get ready for the second event, the women's singles. Of course, the Orlando Storm in their sophomore season, playing at the USTA National Campus in Orlando, Florida. Danielle Collins, as well as Jessica Pagula. Now, Collins was originally slated to play in this first match. She is going to be substituted for by Jessica Pagula. Yeah, they started the season well last year. They won the first 2 matches and had a 6-match losing streak, ultimately finished 4-10.
Orlando went with a really young team last year. This offseason, they made a couple big acquisitions, as we saw there. Tennis Sangren, Danielle Collins, Jessica Pagula. They're one of the favorites this season. One of the deepest seasons of World Team Tennis that we've seen.
You got Pagula, Collins, Daria Jurek, who's going to be part of the doubles. Ken Skupski, he's the left-handed doubles player out of Liverpool, England. And Tennis Sangren. Skupski is not available for this match today related to his testing, so he'll be substituted for by James Ward, a fellow Brit, very talented player. But anyways, here's Jessica Pagula. This is what is up next. Pagula has really had a nice breakthrough over the last couple of years.
She won her first career title last season in Washington, D.C. Played some great tennis. Started off 2020 with a final in Auckland before losing a tight match to Serena Williams. Pagula has big ground strokes, has really worked hard this pandemic offseason to improve her serve. Also working a little bit on a slice backhand. But really one of the biggest hitters on tour, Jessica Pagula.
For Orlando, Jessica Pagula. As a chair slap for Springfield, Olga Govortsova.
Yeah, Olga Govortsova, she's the veteran out of Belarus. Very talented player. 31 years of age, her 4th season of World Team Tennis.
The strength of the Govortsova game is on that backhand side. She's really dangerous. She can put the ball on the dime. The challenge for her is going to be dealing with the weight of the Pagula shot.
And Pagula in her rookie season. It lines up so nicely for World Team Tennis this year. Obviously, unfortunate circumstances, yes, but for ATP and WTA pros, this is the first North American pro league with fans that's operational. So exciting for the players to be a part of it.
Yeah, and it's a massive opportunity for these players to go into those tournaments, the DC, Cincinnati, and the US Open, with matches under your belt and in a realistic situation.
A little tentative on that two-hander.
Yeah, it's one of the tricky things about World Team Tennis. You know, when you're a sub, you didn't plan on starting in singles, and you get subbed in, be ready to get off the bench and get going quickly.
the baseline for Pegula. Skvortsova, again, that altitude. If you don't get enough control, enough spin on the ball, it's tough to bring it down. And that one flew over the baseline.
Yeah, good defense from Jessie Pegula. Absorbing that pace, that's one of the areas she's really improved, playing a little bit of defense, neutralizing her opponents. You know, we all know she can play offense, but being able to neutralize and construct points, that's where you can make big jumps in your game.
Falls back. So here is a break point chance. Beautiful day breaking. It's starting to get a little more cloudy, so the light is coming in and out a bit. Is that any factor for the players, you think?
Yeah, it's not too bad. The players are probably happy for a little bit of shade right now. Makes it a little cooler on court, but there's no weird shadows. Usually people run into trouble when there's some shadows on court, but right now we're looking good.
Yeah, that's a pretty classy game from the veteran.
Nice hitting. Oleg Skvortsova started with that backhand down the line, opened up the court. Jessie Pegula trying to defend, but Oleg Skvortsova back-to-back inside and forehands. Great hitting from the veteran Belarus.
And you can see how each of these individual event games affects the total game score. That's why every game is valuable even at the start, because you can't get those games back at the end.
Yeah, it's a team win or a team loss. You can really pick up your teammates by making a move when it's your turn to play. Skvortsova has a lot of respect for the Pegula return. Very dangerous in the return games, Jessie Pegula. Got a big hitting from Pegula, huge return.
And here's a look at Olga out of Minsk. And by the way, she was born in Pinsk. Had to say that, Pinsk and Minsk, but she's 6 feet tall, good serve, and a good all-round game. Career wins over Azarenka, Wozniacki. She's a player.
Geez, another big return from Jessie Pegula. But yeah, Skvortsova has been ranked inside the top 40. Career high at 35. Look at the depth of this return from Pegula. About 6 inches off the baseline. A lot of pace to catch up to if you're Skvortsova.
So an immediate break right back. And that's a confident game from Pegula, who didn't let the serves that she struggled with affect her play there.
Yeah, she went right back to work. It's that belief that comes in after you make sort of a breakthrough like we've seen from her in the last year and a half. Nice serve from Pegula. Really effective serve on the women's tour is that body forehand first serve. Slides right at the right hip. Great slice from Jesse Pegula. Changing speeds against a rhythm player like Gavortseva, very valuable. Gavortseva is dangerous if you give her the same ball speed, 2, 3, 4 balls in a row, and she can get that rhythm.
And true of so many players, right? It's seemed to be one of the basic rules in tennis, you know, play with variety. Game point for Pegula.
Pretty nice bounce back last 5 minutes or so from Jessica Pegula. Good return game. Comes out, puts in some first serves. Nice serve game. Nice shot from Olga Gavortseva. I like the way she cut that angle across the baseline as she moved wide for the forehand. Hawkeye showing the ball right on the line.
That's wide. So Pegula hangs on to her serve. She's got 2-1.
So for the Storm, we have Coach.
Hey, tennis fans, be sure to download Tennis One, the official mobile app of World Team Tennis. You can follow the latest news, scores, social, and more from your favorite teams and stars, as well as play games and win prizes all season long. Tennis One, available for free in the App Store and Google Play. Important game for Gavortseva and the Lasers. Have to keep up.
Jeez, what a deep return off the backhand and that mid-court forehand. See you later.
I always enjoyed the start of the tennis season, but we've got an awkward time of this year with this sort of hiatus. But suddenly players add, features to the game. Suddenly she is cracking that ball.
Just ready to go from the first ball, and Jessica Pegula really getting better, moving in and out of the baseline. Oh, she was already walking back to the deuce side.
It's an adjustment.
So we'll see here, Coach Gooding from the Orlando Storm is shagging the balls, which is actually a really smart move because if the player needs it, they can get point-to-point feedback, not just during the Geico timeout. Clever.
Yeah, no ball, kids. No lines, people. Return, yeah. He's hitting winners off both wings.
Just technically so sound. Great split step, create some space, and nice compact swing.
Break points to get to 3-1. Takes advantage of the second serve. So we've had a number of breaks, but it's Pegula who has the 3-1 lead for the Storm.
By 4 games in the match. Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2020 World Team Tennis season. This is the first match to kick us off. In total, 66 matches. over 22 days as we celebrate our proud 45th season of World Team Tennis. We kindly ask that you keep social distancing. Of course, you can stay with your families at the singing ball. Please wear your mask in accordance with CDC, state and federal guidelines. Thank you very much for your cooperation. If you need anything at all, please ask a staff member. We are here to help and enjoy today's match.
So welcome back, everyone. Jessica Pegula taking a few practice tosses, and you can see a substitution now for the Lasers. Katie McNally.
The substitute.
Obviously,
Springfield Lasers.
a doubles player on the roster, but she's going to play singles now, see if she can salvage some games.
Katie McNally is going to provide a different look for the Lasers here against Jessie Pegula. She's going to play a little heavier on the forehand. She likes to get into the net.
Yep, out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And you see, just 18 years of age, but already doing some wonderful things, having won a couple of doubles titles at WTA alongside Coco Gauff. And there aren't many players like her on the WTA with her transition skills and her volley skills.
Jeez, Leaf, it's like you knew what was going to happen at that point. She chipped in charge in the second serve, or as your colleague Jen Michael Campbell likes to say,
yeah,
bunt and barge.
Bunt and barge. That's funny.
Beautiful approach, just missed the overhead smash, but McNally really solid volleys around the net, really clean up there. She qualified this year in Australia and beat Sam Stosur in the first round, was giving her fits approaching to that slice backhand.
That time a little too much, perhaps, for Pegula.
She's a really good second serve from Pegula there, kicking to the backhand, caught the line, and McNally did a great job just to put more ball back in play. Pegula and McNally actually played doubles together at the last tournament before the season was paused at the Indian Wells Challenger. Made the finals there together.
Pegula takes the game, and that's 4-1.
Pegula did a nice job getting up to the short forehand. See this beautiful forehand volley technique. Nice finish from Jessie Pegula at the net.
Springfield from Cincinnati, Ohio, Katie McNally.
So McNally to serve. Good aggressive return. If you can force your opponent back behind the baseline, it's a really good position to put yourself in.
Such a smart return through the middle. Creates no angle for your opponent, and everyone has issues getting out of the way of that ball. that. Katie McNally using the heavy forehand into the backhand corner. Sets up a couple different combos for her inside out or her inside in, which can help her transition to the net.
Extra games here could be valuable for the Lasers as we get into this match. Remember, just the second event so far of the day. The final 3 events will all be doubles.
Katie McNally has a really nice service motion. She gets good extension, good legs.
Yep, she's the youngest player this year in World Team Tennis. Great serve and volley.
Right out of the Shiras playbook. Beautiful serve down the tee, finishes with the smash.
Well, you just like to see the variety, don't you? The difference. And I think a player with her skills and her style, she's going to make an impression in her career.
Yeah, well, that's how you take away the middle return. Serve and volley, put the next volley in the corner, and right here she didn't even need to. Beautiful smash. Great job split stepping, pausing herself, hitting the brakes, and then putting away the overhead. Look at the court positioning here from McNally, looking for that forehand. McNally changing speeds, heavy forehand with shape, backhand slice, not letting Pegula find that rhythm. Players go down the line, think they need to add pace, but if you just absorb the ball, redirect it, it's so valuable. Take away your risk and make the other player run. Create the winners organically. No need to force the winner.
There's an improved looking serve, something you said that she's been working on the time away. Trying to close out this women's singles set. A couple points away.
Another big serve, 105, Pegula. I have to have that big serve to rely on to get out of jams.
105 miles an hour. That's over the baseline. So Jessica Pegula, who was subbed in for Danielle Collins. Collins unable to play. She wasn't feeling well. So Pegula gets another set on the board for Orlando. So you can see what the team score looks like. It's 10-5, the Storm, taking it to the two-time defending champion Lasers. So next up, and the lineup of matches today, we've got 5 of them for you. The third is the men's doubles. James Ward and Tennis Sangren taking on Joan Julien Roger and Robert Lindstedt.
Doubles for Orlando, warming up to the chairs left in the white jersey from London, England. He reached the third round of Wimbledon in 2015. Was the final in France this year, career high 89 in singles, and part of the Great Britain's Davis Cup team that won the trophy in 2015.
Just kind of recapping what's happened and what's coming up next. We're at the Greenbrier. Yeah. Okay.
Again, for Orlando, you saw him already to kick off our season in singles. Ranked 55th on the ATP Tour from Tennessee. Won his first title last year in Auckland, Tennis Sangren. And now for Springfield. Back to the chairs left in the purple uniform from Sweden. He's a winner of 23 career doubles titles. Last year in Metz with Struff, Grand Slam champion in 2014 at the Australian Open. Won a career high 4 titles in a calendar year in 2012. He also reached finals of mixed doubles last year.
Welcome back to day 1 of the 45th season of World Team Tennis. We're here at the Greenbrier in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. Just a beautiful day. The first 2 sets of the season go to Orlando as they lead the Springfield Lasers 10-5. Springfield's Mitch Kruger looking for redemption after losing his first set to Tennis Sandgren. He'll be playing in doubles alongside Robert Lindstedt. Let's get it up back to the booth, guys.
All right, thanks very much, Olivia. Great to have you aboard with us for the match between the Storm and the Laser kicking off this 2020 season.
15 seconds.
We'll look at James Ward, a late addition to the lineup, alongside Tennis Sandgren. Ken Skupski is normally the doubles man for the Orlando Storm, but he has still working on his test. He'll have to go through those health protocols to make sure that he's right for the next match. I'm sure he'll be fine. Looking forward to having Ken back, who is a valuable contributor in the doubles. But it's James Ward alongside Tennis Sandgren for the moment.
Yeah, they're going to throw from down here.
And here is a look at the movers of the match and how much territory they covered. And Tennis Sandgren likes to do a lot of running.
He likes to do a lot of running, but good for him. He made his opponent run more than he did.
Exactly. Jessica Pegula, well, she was making Gaborska do a little bit of running and also finish off the points. Well, I think she moved well to get herself in winning positions. So that's our Chosen Foods mover of the match. Of course, we're making moves every day here in World Team Tennis. Just getting to this brilliant stadium. Walk down the hillside from this fabulous Greenbrier Resort.
Remember, every game counts in World Team Tennis.
Obviously, safety precautions are at a premium. We're thrilled that we can bring you another season of World Team Tennis. Remember, we do have fans who can buy tickets and be a part of it, although it's at a limited capacity. So again, trying to maximize care and caution for all involved. Nice to have some fans making the trip down. Remember, we're going to be around for 21 days, so I think we're going to see plenty of fans making the trip over. And if you can't be here, got you covered over the course of the season. Here's Robert Lindstedt serving first, the big Swede, alongside Jean-Julien Roger, his partner up at the net. A couple of excellent, excellent doubles players.
Oh, jeez, what a volley, though. Jeez.
Unbelievable. What a return.
Sandgren unloaded on that forehand return, but Lindstedt, great hands, redirecting up the line, just missed it.
Yeah, Lindstedt on the left, he's surpassing Roger Federer and Jimmy Connors in terms of age, although Leander Paes is a long-time World Team Tennis veteran, played into his 40s. He's a major champion. He's won a Masters Series, won a 500, won a 250. He's done a lot of good things in the game.
Former Pepperdine Wave.
That's right, a college man. You can see him. He's so old now. Does he remember his college days? The amazing thing about Lindstedt, he's won a title at least one the last 13 years. I mean,
Consistency.
that's impressive.
He's really diligent, taking care of his body. I've seen him in the weight room, getting the work in, limbering up before practice.
Yeah, James Ward doesn't normally play a lot of doubles. He spends most of his time pursuing the singles side of things.
Well, the funny thing is, James Ward played 3 tournaments in 2019 in doubles. One of them was with Tennis Sangren, the Sarasota Challenger.
Yeah, Lindstedt is the power player of these two. Roger, tremendous hands, tremendous speed, and a wonderfully versatile player. Played with a lot of different partners. Plays most of his tennis with Horia Takao, and they've won a couple of majors. So the Lasers have the decided edge in experience in doubles in this matchup.
Jeez, what a great body serve from Robert Lindstedt.
So here's a look at Lindstedt out of Sweden, originally 23 career titles, and again, great success winning the Australian alongside Lukas Kubot.
3-time Wimbledon finalist, highest ranking, number 3. As we said, he played at Pepperdine, 2-time All-American, and last year was a WTT Finals MVP.
Yeah, one reason why the Lasers were able to defend their title. I mean, he delivered in some critical moments. You know, when he gets it going, he can light it up. Powerful player, always dangerous. Sandgren serving first. Interesting to watch Sandgren. Looks like he's serving and staying back. Is that because of his singles style, or is that just a comfortable place for him?
Probably a comfort level thing. He's looking to hit his best shot, looking to hit a big ground stroke and maybe come in after that. It's one of the ways the doubles game's evolved over the last few years. Much more often you'll see players staying back and trying to hit forehands. So it's an interesting dynamic when you have singles guys playing against a traditional doubles team. Roger was looking to take that back in early and get in.
Exactly. Yeah, he wants to transition in and get his strength, the volleys, into play as soon as possible. 30 love.
Nice deep volley there from Jean-Julien Roger. Look at the depth of this volley. Roger already anticipating, squeezing the middle, moving towards that net strap.
Ooh, beat him up the line. It looked like Lindstedt may have had a play there. He opted to let it go. Sandgren to 40-15.
Yeah, nice forehand volley from Roger. Lindstedt, sometimes you're not quite sure where you are in relation to the court and the sideline.
What is it that coaches say? Protect the line. Don't let them beat you up the line. I think that was echoed in my years learning the game.
Geez, great return from Lindstedt.
A little Elton John music coming in, of course. Great friends of Billie Jean King and the man who penned the Philadelphia Freedom song for Billie Jean King. So, one game. Now it's 11-6. Well, tomorrow we'll have 2 more matches right here on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. The Vegas Rollers take on the Orlando Storm, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Then the Washington Castles square off against the New York Empire. And these are matches you want to see because some of the lineups and the players involved so impressive. Jack Sock is back playing. He's going to be a part of the Empire. Kim Kleister's in the lineup. Great to see Kim playing World Team Tennis again.
I'm going to watch that one. So many stars from ATP and WTA tours here playing this season. Serve just long, but pay attention to where Roger and Lindstedt are hitting their second serves. They're hitting a lot of second serves in the body, trying to jam their opponent. Usually players like Ward and Sangren, when they get stretched, they can still get the ball down, creating a tough first volley. So Roger, Lindstedt, they're going to try to jam their opponent, make them hit up on the ball.
That little I formation double, as you can see Lindstedt right in the center of the court. He's going to signal to Roger which way he's going to go.
It's an effective play tactically for a bunch of different reasons. One of them being you take the returner's eye off the ball.
It's out of Curaçao, the Netherlands, Antilles. The small islands just north of South America. 38 years of age, his 5th season. Tremendous success in World Team Tennis. Yeah, that one, Lindstedt took it on the chin as it bounced off his racket. Pretty heavy return from Ward.
Yeah, a little more steam on that one than he expected.
And that can be a very dangerous play. If that catches you in the eye, you might remember David Goffin in Europe a couple of years back. He had a ball come off his racket, hit him in the eye. He had to retire from the match, and he was sidelined for a couple of months with an eye injury. So try to be very careful about that kind of thing happening.
What a serve from Roger. Not the biggest serve on tour, but as we know, there's a premium on location, painting that center stripe. Nice gathering of the legs, full extension.
That's a nice little cut on the volley. Look at Roger. Was there a little bit of swagger there?
Yeah, a little electric feel from the former UCLA Bruin. Watch him take all the pace off the ball. What a touch volley from Roger. We know how fast Sangren is. Not many balls he can't run down.
Yeah, we watched Sandgren track down a drop shot in this opening singles match. Boy, he's got great speed. All right, here's Ward. See if he can hang on to his serve.
Great second serve from Ward.
Yeah, Ward is 6 feet 2 inches tall out of London. He's got a good angle down from that high toss into the box. Got it out wide nicely.
Yeah, a lot of kick, a lot of action on that ball. Ward hitting his spots.
Here's a look at Wardy. Second season. Oh, look, we gave him another inch. He's grown an inch since I mentioned that he was 6'2". Let's just say that he's tall.
He used all of it in that service game.
He sure did. I love service game. For Ward and Sandgren, we're even in the third event of the day, the men's doubles. But it's the Storm, up 12-7.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2020 World Team Tennis season, the 45th season of World Team Tennis. Any questions? Our staff is here to help facilitate discussion.
Here's our DraftKings upcoming schedule for the Lasers. Tuesday, they've got the Freedoms. That's going to be in the evening under the lights. Thursday, they got the Castles. Friday against Vegas. Saturday against the Freedoms again. And remember, these are home and away matches. Like today, the Lasers are the home team. And on July 19th, the Lasers will take on the New York Empire. You know, you asked me earlier, what team do you feel is a strong? I mean, there are so many strong teams. I mean, the New York Empire, Jack Sock and Kim Clijsters, they look to be strong. Orlando's got real talent. I mean, this is a popcorn season. A lot of good teams, and you're wondering how it's going to shake down.
A lot of great teams, a lot of great players. You know, I think it'll be a challenge to see who's consistent over the course of the season, who can take care of their bodies. Nice backhand from Sandgren. Stepping up, getting positioning and leverage inside the court, poking that backhand inside out. Does a great job keeping those shoulders still.
There are times I'm not recognizing Sandgren. He was Mr. 6 feet behind the baseline. Now he's up early on the ball. Very impressive. Roger so skilled around the net. Made that one look easy, didn't he? Chris carving that little inside-out angle.
Oh, what a pass from Sandgren.
Great touch there by Sandgren.
Cross-court flip. Pretty good return. Lindstedt makes Sandgren move wide. Little buggy whip, cross-court, short angle.
Yeah, maybe the Lasers want to hit the toward, because everything Sandgren touches right now is turning to gold.
Geez, good body serve from Robert Lindstedt.
Orlando has won the 2 opening events, the singles. This is the first of 3 consecutive doubles events.
Geez, Jean-Julien Rocher was so close to that net strap. And he hit that backhand volley. Does a nice job splitting out of his stance and moving forward. Watch Roger, already close to the net, splits, moves forward. Hits that volley nearly on top of the net. Nice finish. Great feeling as a server when you don't have to hit a ball.
Yeah, And if you can't hit an ace, maybe your partner can finish it for you, right? Second serve coming up. No.
Game point. Receiver's choice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is deciding.
Yeah, Sangren wants this one. As you know, at the deciding points, the receiver gets to choose which side they serve to.
And Springfield here on deciding point.
Yeah, fourth deciding point of the day. Orlando's won 2 of the 3. Great body serve.
It's the veteran coming through. Nice rhythm in the motion. Toss gets up high. Accelerates. While spinning right to the body of Sangren.
And Mark, those are one of those moments over the course of a match that just could turn things in your favor. You know, you lose that point, you go down 13-7. Instead, it's 12-8. These little moves over the course of 4 or 5 matches or events can really ultimately tell you who's going to win or lose.
Yeah, it can be huge. Say Lindstedt misses his spot by 6 inches. Sangren ropes another backhand. Just some heat from Sangren. Pure power, flat out wide.
Would love to have hit one of those on match point against Roger Federer at the Australian Open. I think that was easy to get over. 7 match points on Roger. Yeah, love service game from Sangren. He looks like he's put it behind him, doesn't he? He looks supremely confident, physically strong. Looks to be in a good place. So just to remind you of the rules of World Team Tennis. Let's see, the teams are set. We've got singles, doubles, and mixed. Remember, the sets are 5 games. The 9-point tiebreaker, so it could be a single point at 4 points all. No ad scoring. Remember, every game counts. Substitutions are allowed. We saw that earlier with Katie McNally coming in. And also Jessica Pagula coming in for Danielle Collins. So there's a lot at play that coaching and captaincy is very important. Big serve, but then you've got someone like Sangren who's got a big return, and that's as valuable as a big serve, isn't it?
Absolutely. Players have improved so much at returning. Actually, using the poly strings really helps get them return down. Helps to absorb the pace coming from the server.
Oh, that was a chance. I always feel like, as a reasonably good server when I play, the return of serve, if someone did that well, like an Andre Agassi or Jimmy Connors or a Novak Djokovic, it was psychologically devastating. It always put you at unease. You never felt comfortable.
Yeah, on a couple different levels. One, you know that if you miss your spot, it's coming back hot. And 2, you know a lot of balls are coming back in play. And just knowing that you're going to have to actually win 4 real points.
Yeah, no free ones.
Yeah.
Where are my free points? Oh boy. And that's a little bit of the pressure that Sangren produces with his good return. balls. Roger had one in his last service game, but was able to get over that. 15-30. Oh, Orlando is getting the breaks.
Roger knows he missed his spot. They've been targeting the Ward forehand. That backhand volley just got a little too far over, and Ward, known for a beautiful backhand, one of the best backhands on tour.
Another net cord. Wow. So there is the break. Ward and Sandgren couldn't come at a better time. They get a chance to serve for it.
Yeah, Tennis Sandgren really raising the level in his return game there. Got too good of a look at that forehand. And that's where you play it. Down the middle solves the riddle in doubles.
Counts towards that cumulative total of World Team Tennis, so every team is in it until the bitter end. So make some noise here for Springfield and Orlando.
Here's the chance then. James Ward serving to close it out.
The Storm got away with one there. Ward left his forehand too short, a little short in the court. Lindstedt got caught a little with the backhand right at the left hip.
Mouse in that exchange.
Jean-Julien Roger with volley after volley, nice and deep. Left this one short. Look at the footwork from Roger. Nice simple racket work, getting the left foot behind the ball.
Yes, remember, on the net court in dubs, anyone can make the play. Roger, quick.
Heads up play. What a heads up play from the veteran Roger. Quick first step from Roger. Not much Tennis Sandgren could do right there.
No doubt he'd like to have that one back. Just could not convert that second serve return. So here's Sandgren. They're going to do a little I formation. Let's see how they play this one.
Jean-Julien Roger still active at the net. Ronald Lindstedt solid.
They've been making Sandgren play a lot of volleys. sure tennis is completely comfortable up there.
Yeah, that's a veteran doubles team. Make your opponents play. Make them put away volleys. Make them show you that they believe in what they're doing at the net. Tennis believed in that overhead. Jeez.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is deciding point between Orlando and Springfield. Let's hear your road team cheer for Orlando.
So break point, set point.
They will win this third set.
Little game planning going on for the Storm. They get it. It looked like Roger had a chance when he intercepted the volley, but nothing good came of it. But for the Storm, that's 3 straight sets. The 2 singles and now the men's doubles, 15-8. They're in the driver's seat here at the Greenbrier, opening match of the 2020 season. When we come back, a look back at the Lasers and the brilliant season they had last year.
Springfield Lasers defeating the New York Empire in Las Vegas for their 2nd straight championship. Some carryover from last year's squad looking to three-peat. Let's take a look back at the Lasers' 2019 season.
Giving the Lasers the championship for the 2nd year in a row.
So I'm leading to the feature. Let's take a look back at the World Team Tennis season. Then tag it, lead to break.
Remember, every game counts towards that cumulative total.
Okay.
And it's also important to note, if
Okay.
the team that's trailing wins
Okay, so I'm off camera on my tag.
sets, we go into what's called
Gotcha.
extended play. So every game counts, and if the trailing team wins that last set, it would be essentially extended play or overtime, if you will, where they have an opportunity to win consecutive games to tie the match score. So even if your team is trailing throughout the match and even into the last set, every game counts, and your team is in it until the very end. Our 4th set today, to serve up the 2020 World Team Tennis season, will be women's doubles. Orlando's going to send out Daria Jurek and Jessica Padula.
Well, last season ended in epic fashion. The Springfield Lasers defeating the New York Empire in Las Vegas for their 2nd straight championship. Some carryover from last year's team, including Coach J.L. DeJager, looking to three-peat as champions. Let's take a look back at the season that was.
The 44th season of World Team Tennis began with what some would call its deepest lineup since its inception in 1974. With stars such as 7-time Grand Slam winner Venus Williams, 10-time ATP champion Sam Querrey, and the most decorated doubles team in tennis history, Bob and Mike Bryan. The 3-week season began with 2 new teams as the Orlando Storm joined the Vegas Rollers as the league's newest franchises, bringing more World Team Tennis action to the already big legion of fans. But possibly the biggest news of the 2019 season happened off the court. A new leadership change brought a chance to revitalize a league that is one of only 5 active sports leagues that have been in existence for more than 40 years. The grueling 3-week season came down to the final weekend's play with the New York Empire, who bounced back after a start where they lost 3 of their first 4 matches, taking on the regular season champions, the Philadelphia Freedoms, and the 2018 champion Springfield Lasers, taking on the number 3 seed and 3-time King Trophy winner, the San Diego Aviators. The Orleans Arena was packed with rabid tennis fans as the Empire and Freedoms battled through their semifinal match. It took an extended play victory by the women's doubles team of Maria Jose Martinez Sanchez and Kristen Flipkins to secure the upset victory for the Empire.
And they win it on the left serve. Everything going right for the New York Empire tonight.
For the defending champion Springfield Lasers, it was no easier. It took a tiebreak victory by Olga Gavortseva to put them in the title match.
That's long, and Springfield pushes on. The repeat run not over yet.
The WTT Finals would have it all. A 25-minute set where the Empire fought off a set point, a dominating performance by Springfield in mixed doubles, and a victory in men's doubles by Evan Song and Robert Lindstedt, giving the Lasers the championship for the 2nd year in a row.
What a great playoff in Vegas that was. As you can see, they're not the only franchise to pull off the back-to-back championship. San Diego starting it, Washington Castles most recently. Before that, Springfield not off to the start they want as Orlando leads 15-8. 2 more sets to be played. Women's doubles is next.
This year, finalists at that Indian Wells $125,000 event.
Well, the Orlando Storm have done a nice job coming out of the blocks. You can see they've won the first 3 events most recently, the men's doubles. I thought that they were going to be up against it, against Lindstedt and Roger, but they were the better team. What was the difference in them getting that set?
They were playing one of the best teams in the world, and one thing they did, they put first balls in play, put serves in play, put returns in play. Watch good doubles players move together, Roger and Lindstedt moving side to side together, But look, big space in the middle of the court. They should have been closer together. Roger should have been squeezing further to the middle. Sangren saw it quickly, put that forehand winner right down there, got the point.
And they had a couple net cords go their way down the stretch too, so a little bit of luck doesn't hurt.
Once again, time for women's
All right,
doubles.
so women's doubles.
As we jumpstart set number 4.
Sangren and Ward have done their work, although James will be out in the mixed doubles alongside Jessica Pegula at the end of it. And here is Daria Jurek on the left, Jessica Pegula on the right. And here is this sensational teenager out of Cincinnati, Katie McNally, just 18 years of age, serving first. Katie McNally alongside Haley Carter. So a couple of rookies in the doubles. The ladies, but talented rookies.
Talented rookies, very experienced in the doubles court. Haley Carter set all kinds of records at the University of North Carolina before breaking through and earning her first WTA Tour title.
What a point.
There's that middle again. It's almost a replay of the Sangren point.
Shot there, right down the middle, Oliver Kelly.
In doubles, it's so important to be strong through the middle of the court. Nice volley from Jessie Pegula. I'd like one step further to her left. Daria Jurek was covering the line, doing her job. This is one of the things we see in World Team Tennis when players get to play doubles that don't normally play a ton of doubles.
Currently 39 in the ranks. The WTA in doubles, that's a career high. So she's putting herself in some interesting positions for a precocious talent. Just 18. Obviously, all of her career seems like it's ahead of her, right? She's got a couple titles in the bag.
So fun to watch, especially last year when she was playing doubles with Coco Gauff and they were making their runs.
Yeah, they called him McCoco.
Good hustle from Mitchell Kruger over there.
Coco and Katie winning DC, the nation's capital. This is their first title. It was so exciting and fun to watch them do that. Then they backed it up by winning a title, the European Indoor Circuit in Luxembourg. Jurek keeping the point alive, and then what a finish from Pegula.
Geez, stick save from Jurek, and then Pegula with a beauty of a forehand cross.
Now there's Hawkeye at work, and that one painted the line beautifully. Still a point for the Lasers. Get the game.
Daria Jurek really changed the complexion of that point with the lob. A lot of players forget about the lob, but it's so valuable. Creates some space from the opponent in the net.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is deciding point, receiver's choice.
It's looking pretty comfortable for the Lasers at 40 love, but not so much so at deciding points. Now they were able to get that point in the game. Those are big moments.
And the hold by Springfield.
So here's a look at Katie McNally, this 18-year-old out of Cincinnati. Won the Roland Garros and U.S. Open Junior doubles titles. Mentioned the doubles titles on the WTA. Success at the ITF level. And then this year at the Australian Open, along with Coco, getting to the quarterfinals.
I mean, they've established themselves already in a very short time as one of the best doubles teams on tour. They play with so much energy. So much of doubles is about energy.
Cut that one a little too thin. And this is one of those opportunities for the Lasers. Can they cut into this deficit? You can see they're 6 games behind. The break of serve will be one small step back. Like there was a shift or some move that wasn't made. Carter left a lot of space open.
Yeah, maybe a little miscommunication. I think someone got the signal wrong. Nice backhand from Jesse Pagula, not distracted by the miscommunication. Nice job keeping her head still. Beautiful backhand from Pagula.
Nice recovery to 40-30.
Yeah, Daria Jurek going down the middle. One of the things about the doubles players leap, they practice specific situations so often that a lot of times it takes the shot selection out of play. They know automatically where they're going with that volley.
Yeah, another good finish. One game all, 69. Nice recovery from Love 30 down.
Daria Jurek doing a great job helping her partner out, putting away that volley. One of the things about World Team Tennis, you can see the doubles player a lot of times helping out a singles player, sort of quarterbacking and coaching them through the situation.
Haley Carter, they're beaten by the strong return. Love 15. Jurek out of Croatia, Fed Cup for that nation for almost 10 years.
World Team Tennis champion with the San Diego Aviators in 2017.
Yeah, so she brings a wealth of experience in this team format, not only the Fed Cup but also WTT. And Haley Carter, her first season out of Hilton Head Island, 25 years of age.
Jesse Pagula's getting a lot of good looks on those second serves. Haley Carter's going to need to hit her targets a little better. Playing with fire on the deuce side.
Yeah. She couldn't resist going after that because she had time. Two-hander, lined up.
Nice heads-up play. Jesse Pagula reacting to the net cord. Oh, ready to play. Put the slice back in play. Nice solid backhand. Daria Jurek going to finish with a nice backhand volley. Love the way Jurek split steps and moves forward for the next ball.
Ooh, the lob curled down. Pagula had a chance. So that's 2-1. Such huge moments for Carter and McNally.
Nice heads-up play from Carter, throwing the ball up in the air. The wind's starting to move a little bit, so the flag's moving.
16-10 in favor of Orlando. Springfield is calling Geico timeout. Geico, a proud sponsor of World Team Tennis.
All right, so a quick Geico timeout. The coaches will visit with the players. Well, Wednesday, more Serie A matches on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. Sampdoria taking on Cagliari at 1:25 Eastern, then Lecce, Fiorentina. And for all your soccer needs, check out ESPN FC on ESPN Plus every day. Ooh, that's great coverage.
Wow, Katie McNally, what a forehand volley. She stuck that low volley. Could have even finished off the next one if she'd taken that backhand volley. Look how deep that McNally volley is. Haley Carter getting involved, helping her out. Great job keeping the racket head so stable.
Yeah, good recognition by Carter of the space. Just a little bit of that altitude working. Just couldn't bring it down.
Like you said earlier, every game is so crucial. The Lasers can really make a move right here. Trying to close this gap.
Direct, 36 years of age, mentioned out of Zagreb, and a veteran of World Team Tennis.
Good solid second serve from Jurek. It's one of the areas of her game when she gets a little tight. That serve can get short, but nice extension there. Good depth in the box.
Yeah, we talk about the value of the second serve in singles, but in doubles, boy, defend that moment because your opponent's going to be looking at that one as a real chance. Yeah, good hands by Carter.
Jurek here, you're telling Jesse Pagula that was a great move. You wanted to try to continue to be aggressive like that. Nice move, getting involved, but just good hands from Haley Carter.
Deciding point. They're going to go with Katie McNally to take the return in the deuce court. I formation. We'll see what Pagula does from the center. Oh, what a serve. Jurek delivering the ace to get to 17-10. Boy, that's a clutch performance. The Storm and the Lasers, 17-10.
World Team Tennis. It started this year, Wilson's all-new Trinity Tennis Ball. The first official ball of World Team Tennis. Trinity, the world's first eco-conscious, high-performing tennis ball, features 100% sustainable packaging and maintains its fresh ball feel 4 times longer than a standard tennis ball to reduce consumption and waste. Be sure to visit Wilson.com to learn more about Trinity and Wilson's other sustainable. Wilson, #1 in tennis.
So welcome back, everyone. The 2020 World Team Tennis season is being played out at the Greenbrier, America's Resort. Beautiful spot here in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, in the heart of the Alleghenies. You can see the history. It has 11,000 acres, and there's plenty to do here, from bowling to the casino, the mineral spa. We've got tennis, a couple of golf courses. If you're a president, you've probably been here. I mean, the last one was Dwight D. Eisenhower. First Ryder Cup ever, 79. So this really is a historic place. And the bunker is interesting, right? That was built here in the sort of in the Eisenhower administration during those shaky years when we were thinking that we might need to hide away from things.
That's what I want to see. I want to see where they were going to send the Congress to in the event of some sort of scenario where they needed to be hidden off.
Yeah. All right, here we go. 2 games all, the women's doubles. Just a quick tease of that bunker door being opened. McNally serving.
A huge forehand return from Jesse Pagula.
Good doubles there. Applying a little bit of pressure now to McNally. He's going to have to come up with something good. Jurek just kept moving forward, and that's what good doubles players do.
Solid hands, continuing to move forward and forcing the opponent to go a little too much. Solid volleys, keep moving forward, simple.
Good time for a good first serve.
Yeah, great example of getting the ball out of the returner's strike zone.
Good deep volley. Back even. You just feel there's not going to be much room back for the Lasers unless they can get this event. You can see the deficit. Yet to win an event. They've lost the opening 3.
It's so fun to watch a player like McNally who's comfortable moving forward, hitting volleys in position. Oh, what a move, Haley Carter. Carter finished right on top of that center strap. Watch her move out of her stance, take that diagonal, finish right on top of the center strap, put the volley away, keeping the ball in front of her. It's a textbook example of poaching, squeezing the middle, as we say. Daria Jurek is dominating the net. It's a good feeling in doubles when you're moving forward, hitting high volley after high volley. Daria Jurek does a great job finishing.
Yeah, because you can volley down, right?
Yeah.
You're dominating the play. You're forcing your opponents to react to your good stuff.
If you're the one volleying up more than twice in a row, you're in trouble.
Here's a decider. That is a huge point. And I want to say Haley Carter did a great job saving that point with a good reflex volley. So the Lasers, they're down, but they're hanging in. Big game there.
Just before ripping balls across court, Daria Jurek might have missed one that she could have poached on. Huge point for the Lasers.
Timeout for the Springfield Lasers in the chair spot.
So
Very much in this
Geico
match,
timeout.
ladies and gentlemen, a 6-game match.
John Julian Rozier taking over the coaching duties for the Lasers.
3-2.
Looks like some really specific advice coming from Rozier. Coach shot Jay Gooding.
Team wins the fifth set. We would go to extended play. The trailing team have the opportunity to tie and equal to 2.
Time.
Well, the good news for the Lasers is even though they're behind in the score, they can still force extended play. If they win the last set, if they're still behind, they can keep this going and perhaps force an overtime extended play and maybe even force a match tiebreak.
Gosh, that gets exciting when that happens.
Yeah, here's a look at the rules. If the fifth set is won by the trailing team and then the trailing team is still behind, the match goes to extended play. The team that's behind, if they continue to win games until the score is even, they could play a super tiebreak. So there is room for teams that are losing. They win that last set to make up a deficit and win it in a super tiebreak. It's never over until that last set is in the books, and maybe even the last game.
I've seen some extended play matches. It gets so tense in the building.
Just not enough good returns from the Lasers. Pegula getting through her serve more comfortably now, 40-15. Pegula, originally out of Buffalo, New York, college in Pittsburgh. Of course, her dad, Terrence, owns the Buffalo Bills and the Buffalo Sabres. Jay Gooding back there. That's a good move. Sure, I could Pegula making a really nice combination of play from the back, moving up at the net.
Pegula, big hitting from the back of the court. Just the kind of player that Jurek wants to partner with.
Yeah.
So she can use her strength finishing off balls from the net. Jurek not the biggest hitter from the baseline, but she goes really proficient around the net, and Pegula's going to set her up time after time. One of the keys for doubles, right? Having the right partner.
Find the right partner. That's in. Not sure that was an intentional shot, but it's going to count.
A smart play out of the corner, lobbing against the wind. You know the wind's going to knock that ball down. That was a humongous return, by the way, from Pegula. Carter using the wind to her advantage. Watch her throw the ball up against the flags, and the ball's going to drop in.
Yes, great doubles from both sides of the net.
Katie McNally has fast hands up there. Hanging on for dear life while Jessica Pegula is roping ground strokes. That backhand volley, geez, good one. What a point. Dara Jurek, great lob off the forehand side. The best shot at that point might have been Jessie Pegula ducking after she missed the cross.
Yeah.
She got out of the way, gave Jurek room to hit. Nice communication, saying switch, stay.
Yeah, this has been a very high-quality match. Lots of great shot making. Still game points for the Lasers. And they take it and go to 4-3. So remember, there are no ball kids out there today. The coaches and the players are helping their teammates out there. Jay Gooding, the coach of the Storm, is out there doing the ball retrieval duties, but he's also giving some advice. So there's Jay, who also works with Danielle Collins as a private coach. There's position as the head coach.
That's Jurek's best serve, the slider out wide. Really comfortable hitting that one under pressure.
The advantage of two skilled net players. You can apply that positional pressure. Okay, what are you going to do? We're protecting, defending the net. Can you get the ball by us?
You can make the court seem really small. I like that play from Haley Carter. Great return. I like that second serve return up the line. A couple years ago at Fed Cup, we were working with Bethany Maddox-Sands, and we were picking her brain about what kind of plays you like to do in doubles. And she said early in matches she likes to send that ball up the line to see how the net player is going to react.
Good volleys. Sands playing World Team Tennis this year. Chicago franchise, the smash.
Another good spot on the serve from Jurek. Going slider wide, then right at the right hip, forehand body.
So a point to force a 9-point tiebreak. This is a deciding point. The Lasers potentially could steal the set.
We've had a number of these deciding points at just huge times in these sets.
Is a huge moment. Pegula thought she finished it. McNally comes up with a brilliant winner to take the set. The Lasers have some life.
Oh, what a point. That was a called poach from Haley Carter. Look at this move. Held it. Pegula with good hands. And hits a pretty good backhand, but McNally, good guess into the open court. Wow.
What a shot. I mean, had Pegula gone right at Carter, she might have won the point there, but opted to go to the open court. McNally with a brilliant shot. So the Lasers take the fourth event. They cut into the deficit 18-13. Mixed doubles will close out the day. The Storm and the Lasers coming down the stretch.
Orlando, James Ward and Jessica Pagula. Against Springfield's Robert Lynchhead and Katie McNally. Robert Lynchhead for Springfield is warming up to the chair's left. Next year in Mets as well. Grand Slam champion 2014. Open. Reached the finals, mixed doubles last year with Costa Pinto as well. Plays college tennis at both Fresno State and Pepperdine. Lynchhead. And his teammate to the chair's right for Springfield. You saw her against the doubles. Katie McNally from Cincinnati. Got her qualifying for round 64 at this year's Australian Open. Once again, she's won 2 WTA titles in Luxembourg and Washington, D.C. Now Orlando is winning in the match right now, but they take this and they will take home our opening match of the 2020 World Team Tennis season. And Orlando will send out to the chair's right, Jessica Pagula again. Won her first title last year in Washington, D.C. Finalist in Auckland this year. She'll be teamed up to the chair's left with James Ward from London, England. Who's the finals at a Challenger in France this year and a career high top 9 in singles and part of Great Britain's
Tennis official store is online. Log on to WTT.com and check out all the merchandise World Team Tennis has to offer. That's some nice stuff on hand for World Team Tennis. Now here are the rules for extended play. The Lasers, the team that is behind in the score, if they win the final set, they can force extended play, but they would have to win consecutive games until the score is tied. And once it was tied, then they'd play a super tiebreak. So the losing team has to win the final set and then even things up with consecutive games won. Not an easy task, but they still have a chance. If they win the set, in this case, well, maybe they can cut the deficit to 2 games.
That's the thing. If you can get a break early, narrow the gap so you only have to win a couple games at the end to get to that match tiebreaker, sets you up really well for a strong finish.
Remember, we do have fans in attendance today, but remember, it's limited capacity. Obviously, we're trying to have as much care and caution as we can in having this fine World Team Tennis. Day 1, we're kicking it off. We do have some fans who have joined us. I'm glad that you could be with us, too. I'm Leaf alongside Mark as we get ready for the final event here, the mixed doubles. Robert Lindstedt alongside Katie McNally. There's Katie. And across the net.
This is one of the cool things that World Team Tennis does. You warm up with your teammates. It's not like the regular tour where you warm up with your opponent. More like a team sport. You warm up with your own teammates before you face off against the other team.
Originally listed as James Ward and Jessica Pagula, but I think Sandrin might be coming out. So is there a change in the lineup?
Yeah, they're both holding the rackets. Let's see who walks out in the court.
I mean, Sandrin's been playing beautifully. So
yeah, he really stepped up in the men's doubles.
Springfield started 66 matches over 22 days. Thank you for making this possible. Greenbrier for World Team Tennis.
And the Orlando Storm, in just their sophomore season with a very strong lineup this year, they're certainly one of the teams to watch. Most of the 9 are worth watching because of the talent and the potential each of them have. Again, one of the strongest seasons they've ever had. And there is Tennis Sandrin, so James Ward will not be in the mixed. And the man who's named Tennis, although it's his grandfather's name, it doesn't really have anything to do with tennis necessarily. It seemed to work out pretty well for him, didn't it?
He was destined for a career in professional tennis.
Robert Lindstedt to serve first for the Lasers.
Extra strategy that goes into mixed doubles. You want to try to get through the male player's serve quickly and put pressure on the female player's serve. It's a huge advantage if you can have a player on your team, men's and women's, who puts a lot of returns in play. Return, Jesse Pagula making Lindstedt play an awkward ball. Doubles alley.
Pagula has played well today. She won her set of singles against Olga Zavortska. 5-2. Good work from the Storm as they forced the Lasers off the net. So 30 all.
It was fun watching Pagula and Sanger at that point. Are we going to come in? Are we coming in now? Are we going to hit it one more ball? Nice job, tennis Sanger, putting away that forehand volley.
Opening game, final event. The Hawkeye system calls the lines, but it also calls foot faults. Just watching Lindstedt serve, he drags that right foot up and it just misses the line.
That was a big second serve, as we see 113 in the second serve there from Lindstedt.
So game point for the Lasers at 40-30. Little game planning. What kind of conversation are they having? What are they saying?
I'm serving here, you move there. Sometimes it's just ace wide coming up. A solid volley from Katie McNally. So tough up in the net. Redirecting the Sanger return. Giving Pagula a difficult look at the pass.
What's impressive about McNally too is oftentimes at the net, in mixed doubles in particular, the balls are moving very quickly. The guys are playing with pace and power, yet you have to really hold your nerve, right, to stay in there where the whips are cracking.
Yeah, you can end up in some awkward positions. Maybe Sanger gets the return down low, dipping, spinning. Just, if you're McNally, get those strings behind the ball, send it back where it came from.
Yeah, that's heavy, and that's where the women out here will be challenged. There was a lot of heavy pace from Lindstedt. That's love 30. A nice combination of plays. First for McNally and then Lindstedt getting involved.
Remember, Katie McNally has an older brother who plays tennis at Ohio State, so she's not going to get pushed around too much by tennis Sanger. She's seen these balls coming at her before. Nice coverage from Robert Lindstedt. Shot for Sanger. She put that ball right in front of him. Sanger had to play a weird half volley. Ripped the forehand inside in. Huge point for the Lasers here.
Yes. McDowell did a nice job of giving some space to let the ball bounce in front of her. And there is the break of serve. So the Lasers making some moves right here at the finish.
Katie McNally to serve, a good hold here, and Leaf all of a sudden it's a 2-game margin. Look for Lindstedt to be really active at the net. He's going to try to pick off anything. You can see Lindstedt there split, moving forward. He's going to cover around 2/3 of the court.
Understand why, the way Sandgren has been returning. He's been a real threat in that facet of the game today. Oh, yes, lots of movement. And McNally coming up with a little something special across court.
Robert Lindstedt moving sideline to sideline here, trying to pick off any floaters. McNally, nice dipper across court. Well placed serve, Keenan McNally.
And if you're going into Sandgren, do you go to the forehand, do you think, or the two-hander? Well, I guess it's almost like pick your poison the way he's playing. Certainly Katie served a good one down the tee. Pagula, she's got a great two-hander.
Let's see where McNally goes here against Sandgren. I think she's going to try to make him stretch again. Or jam body. Lindstedt gets involved.
Yeah, good call there. It was the jam into the body. Sandgren did a good job. And here is the deciding point. Orlando trying to get back on serve. Lasers trying to, again, build this break advantage and cut into that deficit. Can they get to 18-16? Yes, they can. A good serve out wide. So 3-love.
Gosh, Leaf, these deciding points today have been critical.
So here's a Geico timeout. A little time for the Lasers to perhaps build on the advantage, but certainly for Orlando to collect their thoughts and get it together. What kinds of things might you be talking about as like you've coached on the WTA, the ATP? What kind of things would you be talking about?
Talk about keeping it simple right here, trying to encourage some first serves in the box, see if we can make the other team play. Try to, see if we can get one good point, see if we can get 2 good points in a row, and then build from there. But it goes back to keeping things simple, like we talked about earlier. First serves in play, and then hopefully some return points after that.
Yeah, because you talk about 1 point and the 2, but that's how you build momentum.
Yeah.
How do you do it? Well, consecutive points won, a couple good things you do well.
We can't win 3 games all at once. We need to get the first point. Then we need to build on that. Try to create a little separation just within that game.
That's heavy. So Orlando's in more trouble.
I like the way Lindstedt approaches that overhead. Gave it a lot of space initially, let it bounce, stepped up, a little nice double step into the ball. You want to treat those bounce overheads like an outfielder. Give it space, locate it, and move up.
More spectacular tennis. I mean, this is getting very interesting. I mean, let's just say the Lasers were able to break here and then hold. That would be 18 games all. We'd go right into a super tiebreak. Imagine us kicking off the 2020 season with a dramatic match like this, right down to the wire. I mean, this is what makes World Team Tennis so entertaining and so exciting. And the players are pumped.
Remember, Robert Lindstedt, finals MVP last year, picking up like there was no break.
Boy, that's a good serve. Gula really got herself together and delivered an excellent shot right out wide. That's a sign of a confident tennis player.
Yeah, I like her serve when she's nice and deliberate in her motion, slow in the beginning. She gets nice extension. Storm, no, they got away with one. A couple smiles behind the court there. Oh, what a forehand, Robert Lindstedt.
Whoa. Off the back foot. And again, just a little bit of racket face over the top of this.
She has good volley from Tennis Sangren. Lindstedt backing up. Still continued accelerating the racket head. Nice topspin, bringing the ball down over the high part of the net.
He's found the fountain of youth at 43, playing great tennis. That is just money. Another game, another break. So they'll change ends, and when we come back, Lasers are going to serve at 17-18. They could tie this up and force a super tiebreak. Don't go anywhere.
Which means the first team to win 7 points would win the match. But we'll see what Orlando has in store here, as it's 4-0. Springfield has
So here's where we stand. The Orlando Storm up 18-17, but the Lasers are serving to close out the mixed doubles for 5-love. And if they can do that, we'd have 18 games all. So if the match is tied after 5 sets, after extended play, a 13-point super tiebreaker is played, first team to 7. And remember, like the 9-point tiebreaker, like the no-ad scoring, it could come down to 1 single point.
Man, this is all coaching right here. This is why when you're Coach J.L. DeJager, you set the lineup the way you did so you have your stud, Robert Lindstedt, serving. to put you into that super tiebreaker right now.
Serving for the set. We've seen a lot of great tennis on both sides of the net. Orlando has played well to build the lead. Springfield has played equally well to get back in it. But it's clearly the Lasers who have the momentum, and that's a powerful force in sport. Lindstedt, fabulous career. He's won a major title of doubles. He's won master titles. He's won a 500. He's won a 250. Tremendous career. Yep, and you can see Lindstedt was pointing at Pegula, saying, "Why did I hit it to Sandgren's two-hand?
I got to hit the ball to the other player." Especially with the high volley coming in, high forehand volley, should have gone inside in.
Yeah. Oh, Lindstedt got away with that. Pegula, could she have done more with this?
Yeah, Lindstedt kind of an in-between volley. Wasn't quite a drop volley, wasn't an angle volley, but got away with one.
A little bit of tension here. Here's a point to close it out.
Well, right a return from Sandgren. Very good second serve from Robert Lindstedt. Fought it off. Nice short movement cross court.
Take the set and force a super tiebreak. Orlando takes it, we would continue the fifth set. Remember, Orlando's to the chair's right. Make some noise for both teams.
Springfield, a slight edge with deciding point 6-5. Return and a huge game for the Storm. Boy, 2 points for the set, and the Lasers failed to capitalize. And Lindstedt did not get first serves in on those 2 points.
Didn't get first serves in, left that second serve short. Sandgren got a good look at that return. He really likes that backing up the line.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a two-game match. Orlando beats 19-17 over Springfield.
Yeah, that was a huge moment. It's early in the season, but first match, right? But boy, moments like that can come back to haunt you.
30 love, a couple of loose points. Could have been an easy hold into a super tiebreak.
So let's say, if they can break, there'd only be one game to make up. Obviously, the Storm, if they win this game, it gets to 20-17. So it's looking more and more like it might be a 2-game deficit in extended play. The Lasers close it out. Lots of permutations as we come down this stretch.
Pegula.
Pegula has made the full contribution tonight. Remember, Danielle Collins unable to play. Yeah, just not feeling right. So Pegula had to play singles, doubles, and mixed, and she has delivered. Really played some super tennis.
So good for your game, playing World Team Tennis, getting to play all the different events. A lot of extra reps up in the net, serving and returning, shots in transition.
And I think mostly playing under pressure.
100%.
Yeah.
A lot of points that count you're playing.
Yeah, that's what Billie Jean King thought about when she put this thing together. How do we make more pressure on the players in these big moments? And that's what we've seen in this opening match today. I think that's 30 love. Pegula missed the volley in the opening point. Unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, so I think that
Sales in studio, make some noise, everybody, let's go,
we'll go with the score for a moment on the board. Yes, that's corrected now. 40-15. Set points. Salvage that. We've been very complimentary to so many players, but I really think this has been played at a very high level. Almost everyone has really made some nice contributions tonight.
Every event, say men's singles, women's singles, the doubles events. Really good level of play.
So that's the third set point he's going to want to. Sometimes the last point is the toughest one to win.
Need a first serve here.
Yes, there it is. Okay. Finally, the fourth time is the charm on set point. So what the Lasers have done by winning that set 5-2, they forced extended play. So 18-20. So the Lasers need to win consecutive games to get to 20 games all. Here's a reminder of the extended play rules. If they can get to 20 games all, we'd have the super tiebreak.
And here's how it works. Springfield is the trailing team. Gets chances to tie the cumulative total. So then they can down by 2 games. They would have to win 2 consecutive games.
And Sandgren would serve first.
And then we would play a super tiebreaker. However, If Orlando was winning 2018,
A lot of this
we win
action
one
being
game.
described
All
by
Orlando has to do is win one
the MC,
game.
but
The match is
he
over.
can tell you that
2018, Orlando is
Sanders will serve
leading.
first.
If Orlando wins one game in extended
They
play,
can win that game
the match
and
is
get to
over.
21-18. It's
Springfield
over.
would have to win 2 consecutive games.
So the Lasers having to find a way to win 2 consecutive games, break and hold,
Matchup that was on
and
the
they're into the
court.
super tiebreak. So they still have a chance.
It's all about the basics right here, Leaf. First serves in, as we saw for Lindstedt and McNally. They struggled closing out that set.
Let's hear
Missed
from all
too
the
many
players
first serves.
today. For
First serves in
Springfield
right here for the
Lasers,
Orlando
kicking
Storm.
off the
A lot of
2020
returns in
World
play
Beach
from the
season.
Lasers.
Got a second one on tap too at Vegas. Will play Chicago. And later tonight, it will be Orange County against San Diego.
Yeah, so they'll follow the order of play in the doubles. So Sandgren not to serve Pegula, who is the next in progression or next in the order of serve, will serve. Which I think is a nice way to do that, because if you don't get an extended play, you don't just throw the guy in there to serve if it's mixed or the better server. You follow the same sequence. All right, here we go. Extended play.
Huge first return from Robert Lindstedt. Slider down the tee, Jesse Pegula. Every point right now is so big. Needed that first serve right there.
Everyone's charging up there because that one almost rolled over. Remember, the lets are in play. Couple points away for the Storm. No doubt the first serve would help get the job done. To play. So Pegula, who won her only WTA title in DC,
All right, ladies and
trying
gentlemen,
to take out
2015
McNally, who won the doubles in DC last year.
Orlando,
Here,
who's winning right now
match
in
points
extended play.
for the Storm.
Dennis Sandgren lined up in I formation.
Yes, and there it is. The Storm. Boy, they survived an inspired comeback from the Lasers to take it in extended play, 21-18.
Big size of relief all around. Nice job from the Storm. Jesse Pegula and Dennis Sandgren regrouping and playing a solid game.
21-18 in favor of Orlando to get us started.
Yeah, such a wonderful performance from all the players, but in particular, Dennis Sandgren, who helps the Storm get through. And this is our guaranteed rate player of the match, Dennis Sandgren, who had a good win in men's singles, in men's doubles, and now in the mixed doubles. The Storm take out the Lasers.
How's it going? Good, how are you? Sweet, sweet. Yeah.
You're going to look at your camera here. You're going to hear her coming out of the speaker here to your right. Okay, but keep looking at the camera there. Cool. Next one.
I'm okay, thank you. I'm good.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Looks good now.
Liz comes back. Olivia comes back. Take us back with the score and right to the interview.
Okay.
2 questions and it's a break. And we'll do highlights after the
That's not standing by.
back to Olivia and then interview with
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, next match will feature Chicago against Vegas. That will begin at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for coming out to the Greenbrier, and a thank you to all our volunteers as well. Our staff is here to help. Any questions, please locate an usher or a staff member. We're here to make your experience enjoyable. Thanks so much for coming out to the Greenbrier, and get ready for our next match between Chicago and Vegas. More star-studded talent coming onto the court here at the beautiful court at Creekside.
World Team Tennis is brought to you by Geico. Did you know that right now, Geico is offering an extra 15% credit on car, motorcycle, and RV policies? That's on top of what Geico can already save you. So what are you waiting for? Visit geico.com to learn more. By the Greenbrier Valley in West Virginia, home to scenic trails and quiet rivers, friendly mountain towns, and America's resort, the Greenbrier. And by Chosen Foods. Join them in their sun-drenched utopia and visit chosenfoods.com. The avocado celebrated.
Orlando takes the first match of the day, 21-18 victory over the Springfield Lasers. I'm joined by the guaranteed player of the game. That's Tennis Sandgren, the Tennessean tennis player. I just had to get that out of my system one time. Too much fun to say. So, Tennis, congratulations. You played in 3 of the sets today. I know conditioning was such a question for every player coming into this tournament. Where do you feel like you are right now?
Pretty good. I've played multiple events, exhibitions the last few weeks, and it's pretty hot out there, but the sets are to 5, so it's not quite as intense as a full match. And yeah, it was fun to go out there and play 3 sets today.
It definitely ended in dramatic fashion. What kind of vibe did you and Jessica Pegula get into in your first set together?
Just try to stay alive there after going down 4-love. It was pretty tough there. They started out really strong and got that early lead, and we were able to hang on there to get a couple games so that we had a little cushion going into the overtime. And then she served phenomenal in that last game, and we were able to pull it out.
What a great start to day 1. Tennis, thank you so much. Congratulations.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
On the other side, Leaf and Mark will break down the first match of day 1 as Orlando wins 21-18 over the Springfield Lasers.
So the Orlando Storm kick off our 2020 World Team Tennis season with a win over the defending champs, the Springfield Lasers, 21-18. Time now for us to look at our chosen foods mover of the match. None other than Mitchell Kruger, who was doing some good work. He was taking on Tennis Sangren in the singles, and he was earning his bit today. A lot of transition moves by Kruger as he tried to break down Sandgren, who was really setting up shop in the back of the court. But a good starting point for Sandgren and the Storm, taking out the men's singles in that opening set. So we kick off our season here at the Greenbrier. A brilliant and dramatic finish as the Storm hang on to win against the Lasers, who mounted a serious comeback right at the finish in the mixed doubles. The player of the match, Tennis Sangren. So, plenty more to come, and for all our crew, thanks. We'll see you soon for more World Team Tennis.